One Piece Season 2 only on Netflix. The sea is not calling them. It's warning them. The wind is louder. The sky is darker. And somewhere beyond that endless horizon, the real nightmare of pirates has already begun. The Straw Hats think they are ready. They defeated Arlong. They survived the East Blue. They made a name for themselves. But the Grand Line does not care about dreams. It crushes them. Season 2 does not begin with celebration. It begins with a storm. The Going Merry cuts through wild waters as thunder roars above. Luffy stands at the front of the ship, smiling like always, his hat pressed down against the wind. To him, this is freedom. This is the adventure he has been waiting for. The Grand Line, the place where legends are born. Or buried. Behind him, Zoro watches the horizon with sharp eyes. He knows the sea is different. His hand rests on his sword, not because he sees danger, but because he feels it. Nami studies the log pose, confused and uneasy. The needle spins wildly, refusing to settle. This sea doesn't follow normal rules. Maps mean nothing here. Even the wind feels alive. Usopp tries to joke, but his voice shakes. Sanji lights a cigarette, hiding his worry behind calm eyes. Every member of the crew senses it. They crossed a line they can never return from. Far away in Loguetown, the last place Galda Rogers stood alive. A Marine captain steps into the smoker, his eyes cold, his voice steady. He holds Luffy's wanted poster in his hand, 30 million berries. A rookie with too much noise around his name. Smoker doesn't smile. He doesn't laugh. He simply says, "I will be the one to end this." Back on the sea, lightning cracks across the sky. The ship rises and crashes against a massive wave. For the first time, even Luffy grips the rail tighter, but instead of fear. He laughs. Because to Luffy, this isn't danger. It's proof that the real journey has finally begun. The Grand Line does not welcome pirates. It tests them. As the storm clears, the sea becomes quiet. Too quiet. The water looks calm, but it feels wrong. The log pose finally locks onto a direction, pointing toward a strange mountain rising straight from the ocean. Reverse Mountain. The only way in. The crew stares in disbelief as they realize something impossible. They have to sail up it. The Going Merry is pulled by a powerful current, racing upward against gravity. Water crashes from every side. One wrong move, and they fall back down to their deaths. Nami shouts directions. Usopp panics. Sanji grips the mast. Zoro braces himself, but Luffy? He laughs again, eyes wide with excitement. At the top, for one silent second, everything stops. Then the ship drops. They crash down into the Grand Line. The air changes. The sea feels heavier, bigger, wilder. Suddenly, a massive shadow moves beneath the water. A giant whale rises in front of them, blocking their path. Laboon, larger than any ship they've ever seen. One hit from its head could sink them. This is not the East Blue anymore. Far away, inside a dark room, a man sits in silence. A hook made of gold rests where his hand should be. His voice is calm, almost bored. So, the Straw Hat Boy has entered my sea. The Grand Line has many rulers. And one of them has already noticed Luffy. The Grand Line is not just dangerous. It pulls at the heart. After surviving Reverse Mountain and the giant whale, the crew finally reaches land. But even on solid ground, nothing feels safe. Strange towns, strange people, smiles that hide secrets. Every step feels like a trap waiting to close. Nami watches everything carefully. She knows that in a place like this, trust can cost lives. The log pose resets again, pointing toward another unknown island. There is no time to rest. No time to breathe. Zoro trains harder than ever. His body still carries scars from past battles. But he pushes through the pain. He knows stronger enemies are coming, enemies that won't fall easily. His promise to become the greatest swordsman feels heavier now. Usopp tries to stay brave, but the Grand Line is bigger than his stories. The monsters are real, the danger is real. For once, he doesn't exaggerate, because he doesn't need to. Sanji stays calm, but his eyes are sharper. He can feel tension in the air, like something is watching them, waiting, and Luffy stays the same, smiling, fearless, certain, because to him, no matter how wild this sea becomes, one thing will never change. They are going forward, together, and if this sea wants to break them, it will have to try harder than that. The storm they feared is nothing compared to what's coming. Deep in the desert kingdom of Alabasta, war is already rising, rebels gather. The royal army prepares. Dust fills the air like smoke before a fire, and behind it all, one man pulls the strings, Sir Crocodile, hero to the people. A secret ruler in the shadows, calm, patient, dangerous, he holds the power of the sand fruit with one touch. He can drain the life from anything. Even the ground obeys him. Even water fears him. When Luffy finally stands before him, there is no laughter, no easy smile, just heat. Just tension. Crocodile looks down at him and says softly, "This sea will swallow you." The fight explodes. Sandstorms rise. Buildings break. The crew is separated, each facing their own battles. Zoro clashes with deadly agents. Sanji fights with fire in his kicks. Usopp stands shaking, but he stands anyway. Nami refuses to run. This is no longer about adventure. It's about survival. Luffy charges forward. Fists ready, refusing to fall. Even when the sand traps him, even when he hits the ground. He gets back up, because Pirate King is not just a dream. It's a promise. The screen cuts to black. A heartbeat echoes. One Piece. Season 2, The Grand Line has begun, only on Netflix.